Welcome to Duke's United show, and United have come away with the victory, and it's the first trophy of the season. And Mr. Garth Lewis has got it exactly right with a 2-0 victory.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Rashford,
no goal scorers,
Rashford and Sancho.
No, it's OG, mate. OG, the Rashford one, isn't it?
I know, but you got that right with the scores. I got Rashford and Casemiiro right. And I did change it to 2-1, but again, 2-1. I should have said 2-0, to be fair. Should have said 2-0. But look, it's great to get the first bit of silverware back on on our side. And look, it was lovely. It was lovely, a calm and collective in terms of not conceding any goals. It's a bit too much possession for my liking in there for them.
Definitely.
But we won the game nice and easy. Curlers, what does he say? That was easy. Spent the game either falling over or moaning to the ref. We were miles bit better. Big up, Garth.
That's big up yourself, Curlers. Big up yourself, mate.
How do you see the game, mate? How do you see the game?
I don't see it as we were. I mean, I don't see it. I think it was easy. The result in the end, it looks like it was easy, 100%. I think we rode out like a couple of moments, but I agree with a lot of what Curtis is saying there. I think Newcastle spent a lot of time looking for fouls that weren't there, complaining to the ref over stuff that didn't matter, not trying to get people sent off or anything, but trying to sway the game in their favour through the referee instead of worrying about what's happening on the pitch. Like 100%. There's no two ways about it. Their star players didn't turn up today. St. Maximin was... the performance we saw today from St. Maximin, Nath, is what I mean about him. I know when he's good, he's good. Yeah. But when he's bad, he is no good, brother. Like, and he has more
he's calm. What it is it's decision making, isn't it? It's decision making. It's not the best. But we were, to be fair, it wasn't the most fun games to watch, that's for sure. But I was just happy that we got the win and it's out of there. But obviously in future, hopefully we'll start winning like cup games in more style, if you get what I mean, not in that kind of way. I think we could have got 2 more goals on the break towards the end with Rashi, and then with the Bruno chance. Thought it was a bit difficult for him to make that to make that pass over to Sancho. Otherwise, he would have, because the defending was done pretty well for both times actually to stop us. So they done well. But Curlers, we were too sloppy in the middle of all game for me, and they had no threat. But exactly what you say here, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was a monster when he came on. Nothing got past you. Man of the match. Yeah. Hey, that's what did we say at half time? We said
we all said the same
right.
Thing, yeah.
Garthy wrote, what did he write? Think he got sent to the shops by
oh mate, Dallo got sold a dream, mate. Dallo got that. Was that St. Maximin after I just done him in? That he got sold a dream by St. Maximin there, bruv. An absolute dream, bruv.
Oh,
and the yellow card, you couldn't keep him on, man. You couldn't keep him on with St. Maximin just burning him up all second half, bruv. So,
and that's what I mean. And that's why I wanted Wan-Bissaka to start, because I thought if St. Maximin's going to play, we're gonna need someone to shut him down and keep it quiet, and that's what Aaron Wan-Bissaka's about, man. And then I realized when he took his hair out, it's just like Booker T. Can you dig it, Tucker?
I was just saying to you in the group, Nate, if you're going back that far, mate, do you remember Harlem Heat, mate, with his brother Stevie Ray, the old tag team in WCW? We're showing our age here with early to mid-90s wrestling.
Oh my gosh, telling me about it, mate. But it was funny, man. It was funny seeing him with his hair out, taking the little elastic band out of the back. He did.
Mate, that ain't little. That is strong. Did you see how much hair he's got? I used to have a lot of hair.
Wow.
That elastic band
but his hairline's like real back, isn't it? So I haven't seen him in a while. Actually, I wonder where he is. I seen him in Sainsbury's one day, and I haven't seen him ever since. So I don't know where he's been hiding. But well done to him. Look, I know we're going to go through obviously whatever, but your summary of the game, talk me through your summary of how the first half went and then how the second half went.
Newcastle came out of the blocks very fast. We were struggling to get into the game for the first 10 or so minutes. We're lucky that they are so bad up front. Callum Wilson is not the man. Like, he's a decent enough striker, but they can't finish there. So for all their possession, for all their penetration, they really didn't offer much in the end. And then we scored against the run of play. I agree with that. But then from that first goal, we controlled the match, I feel. I agree with Curtis on that point. After we scored, Newcastle didn't give us any threat, man. I was never worried that they were going to beat us. I was worried we were going to make a mistake We're into the second half. I was worried we were going to make a mistake and give them a goal. So they come on us hard. We stifled it. Ten Hag again, master tactician, calmed ourselves down, took the pressure, broke on them, scored. The second goal was lovely as well. Great play. And I just think we played. I think we played really well throughout, man. I really do. Simple errors from individual players we could talk about, but not in a final which we just won 2-0. You know what I mean? I've got nothing but a great feeling from this game. And I think the main thing they've moved away from the performance on the day. I'll get into individual players and all that. This is just the start for me, man. I don't know if you feel the same, Nate. This was last year. This just feels like the start of something, man.
Yeah, it's the start of something for sure. I felt this from, this is why I started pumping my chest out and started saying things before it's even close to being able to be said. When I'm saying about if this happens and that happens, we're going to win the league. I can feel something is different with United now. I can feel we're going into all games and I feel superior and confident we're going to beat pretty much anyone. The only tight games where I'm going a bit nervous is your City and your Arsenal game. I still feel like I'm nervous with the Arsenal game and I think we can beat them. And with City, I feel the same. I feel actually the same at the moment. So there isn't a team that we could play that I could be saying like, you know what? We struggle here. We're going to get absolutely destroyed here. Even though it can happen, but I just feel that United have turned some kind of corner. We're playing the football that only champions play. You know what I mean? You know what it's like when you 100%. See champions playing football. And that's champions playing football. We've still got a bit to work on in terms of like your Anthony and stuff. I think I still do want to see a lot more from him, even though he worked hard and done what he needs to do today. I still want to see more. I don't know what it is, but I do want to see some more from him. And like we say, we've still got Weghorst playing there. As limited as he is, we're still churning out these kind of results every game, week in, week out, no matter who's playing. So, Ten Hag is doing an absolute job. I can't believe how good a job he is doing with the group of boys he's got, and then the amount of injuries he's had, and the decision making. Even today, he fooled us again. He sent us for another pie because we never knew Sabitzer and McTominay is going to come on and shore up the game and make it like, okay, we're no longer under pressure now. I was like, we need Garnacho, we need Sancho, and he's like, no, we need Sabitzer and McTominay to shore this up in midfield. Let's do that, and let's still continue to attack. And then look how many chances we had. So we could have even wrapped it up even more if this guy, he just makes the right decisions every single time. And that's why we are not the top of the top coaches. Anyway, we're not even coaches. But...
I know. I won't like the Garnacho thing. When a lot of people in the group were saying it, I said then, I was like, I don't think Garnacho is the right player for this situation. Like, it's nothing against the kid, but he's amazing talent. But you can't have him on one wing, Anthony on the other wing, mate, giving balls away, allowing Trippier to come down, cross them balls in. So it was great decision making. But again, like you said, even Gary Neville said it in the commentary. It feels like every tactical substitution he makes is spot on, 100%. Like, and it works for us because yes, Sabitzer had his best performance in a Man United shirt for us in this.
He did, didn't he?
That's what I said. 35 minutes. Yeah, best performance I've seen from him. So
that's because he's got people around him that's going to make his life easier, and he did. He done what he needed to do. So let's get into the ratings anyway. Let's get into the ratings because it was a bit of a different one. Like I said, a little bit of a different one, but we won the game. We won 2-0. So again, Ten Hag, we know what Ten Hag is going to be getting. He's going to be getting some good numbers. What do you think of De Gea? I think he made some good saves. I think he done all right. What do you think?
I was just going through it in my head, Nate. I was like, it's 8 too high. No, it's not. He made a couple of great saves and got a clean sheet in the final. Like, because of final, I'm going to give him a little bit extra. It might have been a high 7. It's an 8 for me for De Gea today. He done really, really well, I thought, man. Yeah, I can understand. That's what I'm saying. I can understand it. 100% a 7 is fair. I just think he pulled out a couple of great saves. I think there was a couple of things where, like when he came running out of his box to clear that ball, which they were clearly getting through on. And so on.
That was when Sir Maximan was about to get through and he come and took it off the pitch. Yeah. And so that looping one was going to go in as well when he got there and
100%. Clawed it out. 100%, mate. So,
and the one, you remember the one that was offside as well, where he saved the cross? Oh my gosh! Even though it's offside, that was amazing work from him.
Yeah, because that is offside.
Called proper keeping.
Yeah.
So
you're making my case for me, Nate. Definitely.
Hey, I don't mind giving him a higher result. I don't mind. I'll give him a 7 already. I'm going to stick with the 7. I think he did pretty well.
That's fair.
And we won 2-0, clean sheet as well. So he done well. What are you saying about Dalot? Dalot,
it's a 7 for me, 100% 7. He wasn't bad. He just wasn't. It looked rusty to me, 100%. And I think in this game, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was definitely the better choice to be taken on like St. Maximin. You know what I mean? The dribbler and everything. I thought he done all right like Dalot. I really do. It's a 7 for Dalot for me, 100%. Had to come off at half time because of the yellow card.
I gave him a 6. I gave him a slightly less because of that toasting he got by Maximin. I felt, you know what, you know, give it a 7. I just felt like, you know, it was one game where you're playing against this kind of player. You know that he's not going to be able to handle that kind of player. And even Aaron Wan-Bissaka was getting moved around a little bit. He's like, hey, where you sending me? Hey, no, give me that. So even a player like that at the best of times can be moved in around. But Dalot, he done okay. But like I say, I feel like St. Maximin felt like he had him on toast. And I don't like that when you feel like you got someone on toast, you got a yellow card and you're like, listen, come on then, let's go again. So I'm going to get you sent off. I don't like that. So for that to be happening, he had to be on toast. So I'm going to give him a 6.
That's fair.
Yeah. Varane. How do you give Varane?
All right, mate. Again, it's almost like I only give him 7s because that's like you don't realize everything he does. But both the centre backs for the midday are high scoring. It's a high 7 for Varane, a very high 7, very close to an 8. It's a 7. You've got 8. A great game for him, a fantastic game for him, mate. And this is what I'm saying. I'm wondering now if it's becoming so regular that he's playing this well now. I'm just giving him 7s instead of the deserved 8. You know what I'm saying? I'll continue for another 30 seconds. Let you swallow that cherry bakewell, whatever it is.
Mrs. made homemade pizza, so
go on.
I'm trying it. She said try it before it gets hot, before it gets cold. So I have to try it.
Tell the millions of viewers how it is, Nath. You know what I mean? How is it, bro?
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh my God! I was gonna say you can't give that like non-committal shrug, which you just made.
Sorry, it's got a 10. It's got a 10. You got a 10.
But yeah, as I say, Varane, man, yeah, I'm wondering now if it's just he's so good that I'm just so used to it. I'm giving him 7s when he deserves a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So,
8, mate. Look, this is the thing, like all the attack they had on us, we're always in position. He's always winning headers, always in the right place, never making a stupid mistake. That's why he's getting an 8. It's a clean sheet. We're playing against Newcastle in the cup final, and we're under the cosh for pretty much. Not like under the cosh in terms of, you know what I mean, but they did have a lot of possession, a hell of a lot of possession, and we did defend properly. And I think it was down to these centre-backs that we've got that just made our life easy. It's a game like this where you can just shut a team out and go and get 2 goals like we got and win a cup final like it's nothing. Like, that's why Varane gets an 8 for me.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Martinez was getting an 8 from me already, but the way you've just spoken about Varane, I'm like, is it a 10 now? You know what I mean? Martinez, what a signing.
You know what? I don't know why it's not come up yet, but I've got him up now. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, what a signing. What a player. What a little battler. I love players like this, man. They're not dirty. Yes, James, you know it, mate. And they're not dirty, mate. They're just so aggressive, but so fair most of the time, you know, because I don't like dirty players. I don't like it. But he is a monster, an absolute monster. Quality control at the back. His passing is pretty exceptional as well. So, yeah, it's a high 8 from me for
same. You got man of match for me. I give him a man of match.
You going MOM as well?
I'm going MOM. I'm going MOM because he is just absolutely top notch for us. It's a flawless game again. Like every decision he made, every challenge he made, he just won everything. This, like on the ball, he seems to never like make a bad touch. And then one time he just like dinked a nice ball straight into short over everybody and just straight in. I was like, man, perfect ball, perfect tap, perfect timing, perfect challenges, wins a header, gets cut his head open, and he's just too good, mate. He is absolutely too good. Man of match from me. We've got another comment from James saying, so much fight from the centre backs. Martinez taking no shit, pushing back when pushed. What a boss! That's what I'm saying, man.
100%.
We can't be touched in them positions, man. Can't be touched. Sure.
Another player. Like I said, this is Luco Cialdini now, mate. It's 100% Luco Cialdini. No more Roberto Carlos, mate. He's immense. Weirdly, after I just did that, I'm actually only giving him a 7 today, but only because I've given Martinez the 8. Otherwise, like if I was getting, it's one of them. He was great again. He's so calm on the ball, man. And you said it a few weeks ago, and I didn't really notice about him. He is press resistant. Like He don't take it, like he don't care. He's got a great pass on him, and he's really showing the player that everyone thought we were getting when we signed him for 30 mil, most expensive teenager in the world when we signed him. Great player, great performance, and I'm very happy that he's won a trophy.
Yeah, he's finally matured into the Shaw that we all wanted to see, and the consistency he's bringing now. No one can say he's a failure at the club anymore. No one even can talk about him as if he's not going to be putting it in anymore either. It's like he's gone past them levels now, and he's been brought up to them levels mentally because of the players he has around him now as well. And the manager done a great job in bringing the best out in the players we've got. Like, we know we had ability in these players. And sure, he's actually looking like, I can't think of any defenders at fullback apart from Alphonso Davies. I can't think of anyone else that I'd say, you know what, give me him instead of him. I really can't. I just can't. Sure, he's an absolute boss right now. And even he won a challenge where he looked like he was not even favourite. He's won the ball back, got a nick on it, strengthened him, and then tried to meg him. I think then the ball went out of play. But he's just, he's lovely. Lovely to see that he's like, you cannot get past Shaw. Don't try and get past Shaw. Don't try and get past any of our defenders. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. So I'm loving that. Casemiro.
My man of the match, Nate. Casemiro. Honestly, he got it on the game as well. Casemiro's getting a 9 from it. Yeah. Casemiro's getting a 9 from me. Goal, general, leader, everything about him. He gave the ball away a couple of times, Nate. I'm sure we're going to.
That's what I mean. That's what I remember seeing. So
for me, high 8-9. He's an absolute leader on the pitch. I don't want to hear any comparisons about any other defensive midfielder in the Premier League. I don't care.
No one.
Best defense. No one. This isn't just a one player, but this is any player. He's the best all-round defensive midfielder in the league. No questions. No way. It's the leadership, Nath. Like, I see what you're saying about having Casemiro next to it. It changes players. I will agree with it. It does. It's the absolute control he has over. I saw at one point marshalling the back line and the midfielders in front of him, telling them exactly where they need to be. Scores the opening goal for us. Yeah, he's again, like what James just said here. I still can't believe Casemiro plays for us. I know, mate, and I won't lie. When we got him for 60 mil, I was a little bit like, ooh, 30 years old, 60 mil.
Nice,
mate, I would pay double that for what he's doing.
He's tremendous, mate.
Yeah.
He's absolutely tremendous, and he gets a 7 from me. I feel like we know his levels, and I believe for him that was a 7 on his numbers. He knows he was a 7 for himself because there was some ball
on the curve. I like it.
Yeah, I've got to look at it in a way where I'm not going to give him the 8s and 9s just because, like, I already expect more. Because I know what he's about. I know he doesn't usually just win the ball and just give it to them and like win the ball and try to find someone, didn't find him. Like a few times I'm like, come on, you got to find Rashi there. Normally you find him there. You normally through the lines there. But he did win the ball. He did do all the stuff that he's supposed to do. But it's just like a few things of the other side made me just give him a little bit less. But again, it's not like saying he had a bad game at all.
No.
It was just a game where I expected him to be a little bit better on the ball and making better execution of the passes that he wanted to make, I think is the best way to put it. Curlers says it shows what quality DM does for the team. We have been missing that still for years. I think we missed it since Carrick days. Carrick ain't the same type of player, but what he brought for the team in terms of the ability to control games and to be able to move it through the defense to midfield to attack and see players and find them with his quality of passing, I think he controlled games in that kind of way as well. And he wasn't as robust, but he was just as good in terms of on the ball. I really loved Carrick, man, and what he brought. And when he did,
I'd say Carrick on the ball is better than Casemiro. Carrick's passing, it was a joke.
It was ridiculous. That's what I mean. In terms of the way they play, they both play that way. But in terms of robustness, winning, goes flying into challenges like that. I didn't think he had that much of it in him compared to Casemiro. But
no.
The same way controlling games. That's what I mean. And we do need to get another player in there that can play when Casemiro doesn't. That's when we're going to be a force to be reckoned with, because you lose Casemiro, you lose a lot. It's like the glue, the cement between the stones. Exactly what he says, Eric Ten Hag. He is absolutely the cement between the stones, and we need more cement. We need more cement. That's it. Simple as that. To be a squad that can handle that.
100%. Can I just point out that Sky Sports right at this moment are giving us a highlight package on why Casemiro was the best player on the pitch today, and a 7 from watching this, Nate, far too low, mate. I think
8 is.
I've got to say that's far too low for him for this good performance. He won the ball about 100 times in this game. It's a joke what he does, and that's what you don't see that. Casemiro, football fans, you might know, ex-pro, obviously, coach, you might see these little things, but as just a football fan, you're not watching them tackles and thinking, "Oh, that's amazing what he's just done." Right. You know, you forget about him, and it is a joke.
People do, they do. You're right, but I do see all of that stuff. But that's the only way I watch the game. I don't even watch the game in any other way. I can't. I actually have to watch it as an analyst. Like I'm not watching everything. You be there. Make sure you're there. Why are you not pushing back there? Why are you holding there? Why are you not moving forward there? I'm like crazy when I'm watching. Like I'm actually on the pitch with them. It's crazy. But that's why you might think I'm a mad critique. Like, you know, like I might be giving him some harsh words when it's like I feel like I'm just like the guy who's like, you know, like Bruno Fernandes. When he's like, I just shout at them sometimes to give them encouragement. Sometimes that's me. I'm like, I need more from you, lad. I need more. I'm not even playing. Anyway, Bruno Fernandes.
It's weird, isn't it, Bruno? You can say it was a quiet game, but he still gave everything. It's a 7 from me for Bruno, but he gave everything. Oh, there you go. It's the first one we got together, Nath. He gave everything on the pitch today. He really did. Again, if Marcel's watching, I apologise, Marcel. He's 100% captain material. There's no two ways about it. He's a leader. And there's another thing Man United have got now is leaders everywhere. And he really is, man. No, 100% careless,
He does everything.
100%, mate.
Scholes was saying that before, wasn't he? Like he does everything. He's not just a CDM, he's a CM and an AM. He's just everything. So he does every single thing there is. What are you saying, Marcel? Casemiro, Melia? I don't know that language, man. You're going to have to tell me some English, man. You have to come English to me. But yeah, that's lovely.
I'm guessing that's Portuguese, but as a guess. That's a straight guess.
I'm guessing it's Brazilian.
But that's Portuguese, mate. That's Portuguese.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But Bruno got 7. I gave him a 7 as well because he's just that kind of player, innit? He's he nearly scored. He's nearly put through Rashford a few times as well. He does what he needs to do. He's that man who has to. He's seeing everything that's going on and finds people, and the chances come through him. So again, he did his job. And if there was goals, and if he scored, he might have even got an 8. But I think 7's about right. 7's about right.
100.
Yeah. What about Mr. Rashford?
Especially what he did at the end, like you say, though. Especially what he did at the end, mate. Like he should have passed it. He's looked. Like, I know we had won the game already, but come on, bro. Like
I think it was hard. You know, I don't think it was on to pass in the end. The player cut out the pass to Sancho, and he would have been offside. And I thought, because when he watched even from the second replay, I was looking, going, could he have found him? Nah, if he tried, he would have got blocked out and it would have either been offside. He wasn't going to get there. I don't think he made the right decision to cut. He might have been able to pass after he cut, but then even the other man was again there. So it would have been very difficult. So I think he made the right decision in the end.
No, fair play.
Rashford.
It's again weird to say because he gave everything on the pitch, but it's another 7 for Rashford for me as well. Very quiet game today in reality. Yes. Scored whatever they're going to call it. Scored a goal. I'm calling it his goal. If I was a striker, I'm taking that.
His goal.
I'm going all that dubious goals panel, mate. I'm like, that's mine. Like, so it's
I
7.
got a goal.
Done the hard yards, mate. Is it? Yeah, you know. Did you have to go to the panel with everything?
No. I don't know why it didn't because I scored it as a hat trick against Derby for Bristol Rovers, and I like it's like I crossed the ball. And then it went in, and then half time they were like, "Yeah, you're on for a hat trick," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm on for." Me, I've only got 1. He's like, no, you've got 2. I'm like, what? Yeah. And I went and got the 3rd, so scored the hat trick in the end. So I was loving it. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, there would be no hat trick. Yes. John says, hi, congratulations. We are the winner. Glory, glory, Man United. And the Reds go marching on. James says, felt like Bruno was off it today, but you always get a world class work from him. Exactly. He did well. He did well. 7. Right. Anthony. What did you give Anthony?
Anthony's a 7 as well for me, mate. I thought he done really well today. I thought this is one of his better performances. He actually, could you believe it, took men on for once. Yeah. I know what you're saying. He does need to do more. He's one of them players, isn't it? Like if he scores that goal, which he's got to score, if that is his game, hitting them on his left peg from the 18-yard line, you've got to score that, mate. You can't be not scoring that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a 6-7, I can see it, whichever way you want to play it. So yeah, still, I think I'm a lot more confident than you, Nate, that we're going to see a lot more from this player. I really do. So I hope so. 7.
Yeah, I hope so. I like him in the side, like I said. But just like, I don't know how to put it. It's I know what to expect from him. So, like you said, when he gets that chance on his left foot, I want to see goals like that come, because then it kind of makes me feel okay about the other times where he does get on the one-on-one with players, and then nothing really comes from it in the end. And you take a man on and you cut back, then you take him on and you cut back. Yeah, you take him on, but you have to make something happen after you've taken him on. And I just don't think he's doing that enough. But in terms of the work rate and everything else, I'm happy with that. Like I said, if he's going to keep getting them 1 chances per game or even 2 like that, that's great. Because if you're going to get 1 or 2 goals a game, listen, 1 or 2 chances like that, clean chances, anyone would want that. So yeah, if he can continue producing that, I'm happy. But yeah, today, a little bit more of a quiet one for me. I'm giving him a 6. Weghorst, Mr. Wout.
Do you know, it's so hard because for me, he's a striker who doesn't do well in the striker position. But yeah, he got an assist today. He worked really hard. It is a 7. There's no 2 ways about it. It's a 7 for me. But I was just about to say that I can see people giving him a 6. I really can. He just doesn't. There's moments in the game you see him, and as a fan, again, I'm talking about like not as a pundit or an analyst. As a fan, you might remember the one tackle he made where he come flying back. Do you remember that in the box, our box, and he's there, and the commentators all talking about it. But I'm watching him properly, and I keep seeing like he don't jump for headers. His hold up play isn't spectacular. He's got a man on him. He ain't no Drogba, like you know what I mean, or even that like what I thought he was, like a 6'6" monster that no one's getting through. He wins no first balls. So yeah, it is. I can see a 6, Nathan. I really can, man. I really can. And a quiet game, but he got an assist, so I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I can understand that because he did get the assist. And look, that's the one part of that I saw today that he did well. But to be fair, I feel like he's done okay, but that's really it. I'm not going to be silly and say, he's played amazing. He's played an 8. He's done so great for the side. He's just done okay. And then the team sat off him. The team sat off him when he started running with the ball. I was like, do they know who Weghorst is? Why are they running off the ball? Like, standing off like he's going to pace him out. I was like, love that. They must be slow. But it just was a quiet game from him, apart from the assist. So I got to say, I think he got about a 6. Shame he scuffed the shot, but he made his presence and the pitch known. Just wish we had a little more ability on the ball. This is the thing.
100%, James.
That's what we say, innit? Every week he made his presence known, but he didn't make his presence known in that way, did it? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's what I'm saying. He's a striker that does none of the striker work properly, but plays like a centre midfielder. All the battling, all the winning the balls, and that's exactly what I mean. And that, do you know what? I'm taking him down to a 6 or a 7, Nate. 100%. I forgot about that shot, and I know we had a conversation in the group about it. I don't care. Martial puts that away. 6 yards, left foot. Any striker worth their salt has got to make the keeper work better than that. You can't. I know it happens. Scuff shots, Nate. I know it does. But when you're a striker who only gets 1 or 2 chances a game. You can't be scuffed in a final. You can't do it, man. You can't.
Yeah, you've got to be able to hit the target and do well. Look, we had obviously the subs that came on. Did you see any kind of? I think Sabitzer played a 7. I don't know if I put him as a 7. No, I didn't. I put him as a 6 by mistake because they came on and didn't have much time on the pitch. But I gave them all pretty much 6s. I didn't think they did much apart from, you're right, Sabitzer actually had more in the game than all the other subs who came on. I felt like, you're right. Sabitzer won the ball and slid in Rashford straight away. So that was nice play from him as well. So, to be fair, I think for him and Aaron Wan-Bissaka,
I was just about to say, you're forgetting the big man, mate. You're forgetting Booker.
Let's get Booker T.
5 time.
I need to find Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What are you telling me?
So for Sabitzer, for me, mate, I've been saying it since the first game. I think he's a real talent, and real talent is one way to put it. I think he'd be a great addition to this squad, mate. I really do. As a rotation option, he's an upgrade on Scott McTominay by a lot, in my opinion, by a lot. So, yeah. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I agree with everyone else, 6s, Sabitzer 7. AWB's getting an 8, all day getting an 8, mate. He was phenomenal in that second half. He came on with a point to prove. Like the first thing he did is tackling just outside their area, gets the ball, tries to play him in. Should have had a shot in that second one that he did when he on the outside and he plays it to his right instead.
I should have given him one more, to be fair.
Yeah,
he was sick. He was sick, and he's even getting forward, playing passes and running beyond as well. Yeah. He did well, man. He did really well, and that's what I'm saying. I think he's become, like I said, I think he's become the main fullback. I know he didn't start today, but I think even today has reinforced, you know what? He's my main fullback. Like that's all I keep thinking in my head. And I've always believed in him since day one. And even since everyone else was trying to kill him. And remember, we both said early on in the season, it's a player. What was the word we used? Unpopular opinion at the time. Wan-Bissaka will get his chance and he will do well for this team now that they're playing the way they're playing. And we all know he can defend. And I think he'll get him better attacking wise. And he has. And his crossing's even been a lot better as well. 100%. So there ain't even no problems there for me. I think we've got a top fullback, a top defensive fullback. And even got a bit going forward. And it's even, I think it's even harsh saying got just a bit. I think he's okay. He's quite good going forward now. Yeah. So yeah, I'm giving him that. And he could have been man of the match as well, like the other guy said as well. Casemiro was probably the best. And like I said, I just love Martinez because he was flawless. So that's why I gave him the higher results. But maybe it's unfair because Casemiro did get the goal as well. And if that wasn't a goal, it would have been 0-0, wasn't it, at the time? So to be fair, you know what?
On Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well, I just want that noted that I think we need to realise as fans, I mean, you're very good at not like killing players too early. Even Anthony, all jokes aside, you know what I mean? You're not killing the kid, you're just saying you need more for him. I think as fans, we need to realise that sometimes it's not the player, it is the management and everything around that player. Because we saw there was a player in Aaron Wan-Bissaka and now everyone else is seeing it. You know what I mean? Like, I know that, like, we're talking about Fred, sometimes I'm very frustrated with him, but I always said he's better in the advanced role, and we're seeing it now. You know what I mean? No, it doesn't work for everyone, but I think sometimes as fans, we need to be a little careful about completely, like, disregarding him
writing him off,
because he's had 3 bad games in a row. Like, no, he's done. I'm as bad as anyone else for it. I am. But I think Ten Hag's showing that with the right coaching of a player, they will improve and be, you know what I mean? These scouts ain't that silly. They're not going to Man United and saying, yeah, spend 50 mil on this kid just for a laugh. You know what I mean? You're buying the potential. Same as Shaw. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a very young man. What is he, 24?
He won't be that old. He won't be too old anyway. Is it probably around 24, 25 max? I can't think
max 25. So he's coming into his prime now.
Yeah.
25 to 30.
Have a quick look at that anyway. No, carry on talking. I want to check out.
25, 30 is the prime for me, or nowadays 33 for a defender. You've learnt your game. It's not like being an attacker, man. Whenever I
25.
play right back,
born in 1997.
Oh, don't say that, bro. Don't say that, mate. I don't want to hear that. When I play right back, I mean, I was a winger, but it's just a completely different world back there, man. Your concentration level has to be so high all the time, and you learn from the mistakes that you make as you get older, same as a goalkeeper. So, we need to remember not to be too quick to absolutely say a player's done. Because, I mean, I said about Wan-Bissaka, I did. So,
right. Last man, you know who he is. You know who he is. The guy who wins it all. The made man.
It's an absolute 10. He won the cup. It's a 10 for me. There's nothing else to say.
I know. I don't give 10s often, but it's a clean sheet. It's a win. It's the right decision. Right start. You know why I gave him a 9? Because I think
Wan-Bissaka come.
and that was what he should have started with, and that would have been a flawless decision making.
Flawless victory.
Yeah. Finish him.
You know we're on Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah, there's a great interview on the channel called Players Tribune with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lad seems like a top guy. Really glad he's showing his potential. That's it, James. He is a baller, defender. Anyway.
I've never heard of Players Tribune. What's it
like? No, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look. 100%. Type in Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it might come up quick because that's what it's all about, innit? But look, the season does not stop. It's Wednesday and it's the FA Cup. And you know what? I can't be there this Wednesday because I've got a finishing session with a football club. So I've got to go and take a football club and go and help them. So yeah. What's this? 1 hug, 2 hug, 3 hug, 4 5 hug, 6 hug, 7 hug, 8 hug, 9 hug, 10 hug. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. He's the man. He's absolutely on fire and he's going to keep going. And like I said, Goff, I can't see us not winning the FA Cup. I can't see us not winning Europa League. I can't see us not winning games to the end of the season. Like, I can't see us dropping too many points. If everyone stays fit, I just can't see it happening. So
the problem with cup competition, especially the FA Cup, in it, one bad game, you're out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I agree with you, man. The sentiment is exactly how I feel. Every game, I've got confidence we're going to win. Like, not just that we're not going to lose, that we're going to win. I mean, we've got Liverpool on Sunday, ain't we? Is that Sunday we've got Liverpool? Like, I'm feeling a win.
But we're beating them.
It's a win. Yeah. West Ham is it West Ham in the FA Cup?
West Ham Wednesday, win.
That's a bogey team for us very often. West Ham win. Don't care. It has to be a win. They're in bad form. I'm ecstatic with where we are. Long may it continue, mate. Long may it continue.
It's been tremendous. Everybody in the comments. I've seen some new faces. Make sure you hit the like button for sure. If you like what you just heard from us and our kind of breakdown of how the final went and how each player played. And look, Wednesday. We got obviously before the game. Tuesday we will be doing the preview, and then Thursday morning we'll probably be doing the review because I won't be here. I have to take the session. So cheers for the show, lads. Off and get ready to work. 6:30 here in Sydney. Big up, man, from Sydney, Australia. Okay.
Did you get up for the game, James? Fair play, fella. Fair play. You up at R4 in the morning for Man United. Commitment. I love that. Love that.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. But look, guys, thanks a lot for being with us and look forward to seeing you again in the next coming days. Peace out.